You're listening to the British Baseball Podcast. Hello everyone, Matthew from the British Baseball Podcast with some behind the scenes content for you. Thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into how I make an episode or two. This one being the roundup show, just because it's going to be the easy one to do because it's just me and the camera and a spreadsheet. 2020 was quite a, I wouldn't say easy year for doing this, but in terms of getting the content created, with the COVID restrictions that were in place, it was just a British Baseball Federation open tournament, so it was any team, regardless of which affiliated league you were assigned to, you could join this. It was to raise money for the NHS, and all the information went into one website, and I could get the scores fairly simply, make contact with people, and then get people to give little videos or do little interviews for in between the episodes. So it was like a nice little compilation of people, because my idea for the roundup show is that I don't want to do as much talking as possible and let the players and the coaches talk about the games themselves. That's the plan anyway. So this season I'll talk you through pretty much through my day. Mondays, well, and now that I'm playing and training myself, Sundays I really can't dedicate much time to getting the results in. I tend to have a browse through and start making notes throughout the evening if I've not got anything on, which is a rarity. So Mondays I'm in work. I have a 30-minute dinner break and 2 10-minute breaks, and during that time period, that's when a bulk of my work starts, where I look through spreadsheets that have been either sent over. Now that I've got help, beforehand it was just me and I was getting really snowed under, so Matthew Moran from the Legends baseball camp and Great Britain player has stepped forward and helped me out like you wouldn't believe. Matthew, thank you so much. I think you'll see why I needed help after this. So it was me looking through websites, writing down all the information and scores to create my script, and then trying to record it on the Monday evening, but found that there weren't that many scores coming through. So Tuesday's my day off. I work condensed shifts, so I have Tuesdays a day off, and that's when I try and get it all finalised. So let's have a look at how it goes down. So as you can see, I've got the stats.britishbaseball.org webpage open for the British Baseball Federation teams. It is a really good website to be able to use. We have roster tabs, schedules and results, standings, stats, events and info and additions. So you can see here as we scroll down, all the results have come through. We have the location of where the game's been played, the time it was played and the date, how many innings it went for. So you can see this game here only lasted 5 innings. But then every so often you get this issue that pops up and see this is still showing as live. So this looks like the game is still in process, even though it's been done for well over 3 days now. So when I get these instances, it's a case of chasing up teams and players that are involved in the game to try and find out the scores, or to see if there's been an issue with the website. But as you can see, I'll again here stand by for game info. Maybe an issue with this one, maybe it was called off or postponed, or it was forfeited for whatever reasons. Just trying to find out so it's as complete as possible. So I'll make note of the scores and stuff. And as I actually click into the website itself, here you can see the box score, so it gives me a nice view of the innings. So this is available for anyone to use and see. You just go to stats.britishbaseball.org and have a look. You can see the winning pitch and losing pitch. You can print them out. Home team, away team. You've got the box scores, which I'll try not to go too fast. The pitches, umpire information. There's even stuff in here for weather, who the scorers were, first base umpire, home plate umpire. It really is detailed. And then what I like to use here is this plays button, and then you can see we've got the scoring plays here on the right. So then I can go through the bottom of the first. All the information is there that I need to create the broth of the soup that is the Roundup show, I guess. So you can see all the information from that 5, and then once I've got all that information compiled, it goes into my spreadsheet, which I've got all the information here, which is the grounds tab for my formulas. I have a tab here for the news, so I can talk about the news that's happened through the week. So again, looking on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, usual social media posts, to see if there's anything interesting or anything that's worth note. The trivia section that was asked to be done, so the trivia questions going there. And then we've got the results here for WB UK. So this is the spreadsheet I said before. And we've got the tables at the top, which have not been updated through it. Baseball Scotland, John McKellar from Ball Caps and Bagpipes and Glasgow up there. He does some videos for the Roundup show, which are superb, gives me more insight than I can get from just looking on the website, which is fantastic. Then we've got the BBF and we've got the NBL, so you can see here the scores go in, and then the show script goes into this tab here, so I can read all about what's happened, who's done what, who the highlight plays were, and I do that for all the AAA, single A, double A, and then I refer back to the website when I need to, especially for the standings, so that it's more of a complete episode. So I don't just like reading out who's done what. I like to be able to give an overview of the championship pennant races. So once all those are done, you can see here we've got all the information for the AAA. It's set out the same. That's gone on to next week's. We have double A, single A and WB UK. So now go on to, we've got the West Midlands Baseball League. They have their own website. They also have a great page up on Facebook. Get the score lines from their games. And then trying to reach out to the teams. There's the tables to try and get people to come on and talk about the scores and results. The East of England Baseball League kindly let me have access to their spreadsheets. Again, it's just waiting on the users to update these, so we can get the full stuff out there. West Country Baseball League have their own Facebook page, and they update their scores in here. And then of course we've got Baseball Scotland, which is a fantastic page. You can see here these are from Tayport in Fife. Get more information from there for the scores, bits of news. And then you've got the British Baseball League, which is quite difficult. I don't think they have the results on here, so it tends to be chasing teams, but they do have an up-to-date score board for the single A, double A and triple A for Northern Baseball League. And again, using the British Baseball League Facebook page. And if I don't have the scores there for this, you can see that a lot of the other pages aren't as involved as, it's not trying to say it's people to blame or there's fault, but you can see the difference between the stuff that's on there. So some of the feedback being, why do you talk more about the BBF leagues compared to others? Well, it's just detail, which again is why I try to make this about the people. I want the listeners and the players, people involved in the games, to come onto the show and tell me about these games in more detail, so it's more balanced. And there you go, and that's it. And once all that has been recorded, it's me chatting away to the camera for a little bit before it goes into my app of choice, which is Shotcut, which is a free editing software. And as you can see here, the episode is currently extracting. It's got just short of 4 hours to go, 16%, and this was started at 2 o'clock, and it's only 26 minutes long. So you can imagine what an hour's worth of interview can be like. Even more fun when it comes down to extracting a live game and compiling 2.5 hours of footage. But yeah, that all goes into the mix and then getting it uploaded to YouTube and out to you lovely people. One of the other things that I really love about doing this show is the in-depth work on the history sections. Project Cobb, as you probably follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I'm a big lover of Project Cobb, the chronicling of British baseball, which was done by Joe Gray and Josh Chetwynd and a few others, but I think it's mainly Joe Gray. Gabriel from Extra Innings UK showed me this brilliant way to search, so I usually do this to get all the information out, and then it's a case of scrolling through all these search results for the chosen month, and as you can see, there tends to be more than one page. I think there's 16 results for this one in total, but again, it's just clicking into each tab, seeing what populates. Usually it's something like this, which just seems to be Lancashire and Yorkshire Major Baseball League from 1938 finals tables. There's probably not really a lot I could use there, but there's 11 pages of notes that have been uploaded, so it'd just be a case of having a look through there to see if there's anything that I can pick out from. And then every now and then you come across something like this. We've got information here from 1907, the international match versus London-based American-born players in Great Britain. Some great little bits of history that pop up. Again, the Merseyside National Baseball Club official rulebook from 1951. And just having to scroll through to see if there's anything here that mentions July or any incidents from July. And if I can't find anything, it's just a really fun read anyway. Just have a look at the Walton Trojans, Caledonians, Liverpool Cubs, the Robins. It's just brilliant to see baseball from time gone by. And you do really get a sense of how big the sport was in this country, like 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It was massive. So like I said, we go through all these. We've got stuff here like, what's this one? Let's have a look. Grand Slam magazine from 1987, and these old magazines and fanzines are just fantastic. Like really do get a kick out of just having a look through all these and the game reports, and just getting a feel for the style and the reporting and the game reports, and trying to incorporate those into how I do the roundup show. President's Piece. Just I really love like the old adverts, and you can get in touch with someone on their home phone number. You just don't see that anymore. Why would you? Wembley Trophies, Gridiron Sports, the Scottish Amicable League. Yeah, so going through every single one of those. Some more fanzines. Line Drive. Having a check out, see what's in here. 1992. Some stories. Baseball Is It Hereditary, which was mentioned in the July roundup, which is a lovely piece. It takes a lot of time to go through all these individual pages. Like I said, let's go to the 10th page, and there's still pages and pages and pages and pages and pages. 14. So who knows how many search results generated and how much information is actually in these. And a lot of times the stuff that pops through in here doesn't. Oh, there's 18. Might have to go back and revisit some of the old ones. So you can see July was busy for history, and yet I can normally squeeze out maybe 20 minutes worth of usable content, but just having a browse through is the most satisfying piece of doing these. I just love it. It's fantastic. And then I go on to do August, so I'll try and do this as the month goes on. If I find any great articles or interesting pieces, then they'll go out into the social media account and just circulate to see if people want to have a read and have a look at what goes on there. So yeah, August is the next one to look to. So I'll leave that there. So thank you for joining me in this little journey behind the scenes. I want to say I hope you find it fascinating. you probably didn't, but I really found it interesting enough to stick around and listen to the end and you see what goes into it. The interviews with the guests are a different kettle of fish. Just having a contact with them on social media, sharing questions with them, having a chat about what they want to talk about, what they don't want to talk about, getting a list of questions in there if the guest or people want to submit listener questions. Then it's just editing it, mixing it down and exporting it, uploading it to Anchor, which is the platform of choice used at the moment for the podcast, and then uploading the videos onto YouTube. And that's it. Thank you again for your continued support, especially with this being an independent podcast. Knowing that you tune in each week and you listen and you ask questions and you just contact, it's fantastic. I love it. And you out there, the reason why I do this. I just hope that you're happy and satisfied with the content. If not, I don't get hurt feelings that often. Well, I do, but I'm not kidding. Feedback, I think, is paramount. This is a pod for the people, the players, the coaches. Any feedback that you have for any of the episodes or what you'd like to see included, which was a recent survey Monkey put out there, some great feedback. Just let me know. I'm always open. The DMs at BritBaseballPod, or the email is at BritishBaseballPodcast@gmail.com. And as for now, that's me done. I hope to bring you another behind the scenes video soon. It'll be a studio tour, so you other podcasters and content creators, beware, because I'll be wanting to see yours when I show you mine. Until next time, take it easy, stay safe.